In today's lesson, toda practice this topic, series and sequence, tichishandisa a question from Cambridge, written in November 2012. It was question number 8. Saka 8a, irikuti, in a geometric progression, all the terms are positive. So this is a very important fact. The second term is 24 and the fourth term is 13.5. Find part 1, the first term. Saka ndichabvisa kapart ako kequestion yatoda kuita kuitira kuti tishandise little space pabot pedu. So let us focus on this question. Chekutanga, taudzwa kuti it's a geometric progression. That is very important. Saka we are dealing with the geometric progression. In the question, in a geometric progression, all the terms are positive. The second term is 24. Saka, the second term, u2, is equal to 24. And the fourth term is 13.5. Saka, term number 4 equates to 13.5. Since question yitiri kuita, and by now kana mchifollow ma questions, I should be familiar with geometric and arithmetic progression. Please, kana mchikwanisa, can you pause at this moment, mo attempt at this question, then moseta unpause, muchiona kuti answer yenyu ne answer yangu zviri kuwirirana here. That is the way you should learn mathematics. Maths hadzidzidziwi through yavanoti rote learning. Sakune inonzi rote learning yekuti munenge makateerera nchitsanangura. Munogona kuzvinyepera kuti muri kunzwisisa, but munenge musinganzwisise. Maths dziri technical, dziri hands on. The only and sure way of learning mathematics is to be comfortable with taking on problems. So may you please pause, attempt the question, unpause, and mark your work. Let us get back to the question. Sakata udzwa panapa. The second term to 24, the fourth term to 13.5. Question, find the first term. 3 marks, kurauti tinofanirwa kuita in under 3 minutes, at most in under 4 minutes. Chekutanga, it's a geometric progression, and the nth term kana tichita geometric progression takatinowanikwa say the nth term is equal to ar to the power n minus 1. Saka, this little formula is very important. May you please comment in the comment section kana formula irimo mdata booklet. I'm not sure. Irimo here mdata booklet, this formula. May you please tell me in the comments section. Saka, taona out that is the formula. So zvinongoreva panapa ndezvekuti the second term u2 inenge iri equal to ar to the power 2 minus 1. Taudzwa kuti iri equal to 24. Kureva iko kuti ar 2 minus 1 d1 is equal to 24. And we are going to call this equation 1. u4 inenge iri equal to ar to the power 4 minus 1, which is equal to 13.5. Zvichireva izvo kuti ar to the power 3 iri equal to 13.5, and this is equation number 2. So we have two equations. Tiri kuda kutsvaga kuti a yambori chii. Saka since we have two equations which are they are similar in their nature. They are both I cannot classify them in any group of equations, but they are similar in their nature. Kureva kuti we can apply simultaneous equations. So let us do just that. Ma simultaneous equations edu taudzwa kuti ar iri equal to 24. Tikaudzwa zvakare kuti ar cubed iri equal to 13.5. 2 times 13 to 26 plus 1, 27 over 2. Saka mvura inofanira kutidzidzisa mathematics. Kana mukacherechedza mvura kana ichiflowa from like ichiflowa along a certain gradient, inotevedza the path of the easiest flow. Mvura kana ichiflowa downhill, inotevera path of the easiest flow. Mapaona? So that is how we should do mathematics. Tinofanirwa kutsvaga the simplest and easiest way of solving a mathematical problem. I think technically it's called the Feynman method. Richard Feynman was a physicist who won a Nobel Prize in quantum physics, and he was a very beloved intellect. He theorized actually that you should always find the simplest and the easiest way of solving any problem. So that is what we want to do here. AR is equals to 24, AR cubed is equals to 27 over 2. Saka, how about we make A subject of formula? Panapa A anenge equal to 24 over R. Apapa A anenge equal to 27 over 2R cubed. Remember, this is equation 1. This is equation 2. The laws of transitivity. Anotiudza kuti, let me just put them down. If A is equal to B and A is equal to C, therefore B is equal to C. These are called the laws of transitivity. It's a law of logic. Kana A ari B, A futi the same A, E ari C, zorati B na C zvakaenzana. Mapaona? So that is what we want to apply here. A are equal to 24 over R. A are equal again to 27 over 2R cubed. Kureva kuti 24 over R is equal to 27 over 2R cubed. Like that. If we cross multiply panapa, it's going to be, and we also do the same kunoku. So it's going to be 2R cubed over R is equal to 27 over 24, like this. So to simplify panapa, R into R cubed and R squared. What about kunoku? 3 anopinda muna 27 9 times. 3 opinda muna 24 8 times. So now we have 2R squared is equal to 9 over 8. 2 akadzira tichava nani? 2 akadzira tichava na R squared is equal to 9 over 8 times 2. Alright, and it's this, like this. Take the square root of R squared kuside kunoku nekuno. Zvinongoreva izvo kuti R iri equal to the square root of 9 over 8 times 2 is 16, which is equal to the square root of 9 over the square root of 16. These are laws of indices, which is also equal to the square root of 93 and the square root of 16 anenge ari 4, like this. But panapa pafanirwe kunzi plus or minus here. That's also a question we have to ask. But kana pakanzi minus, and like taudziwa isusu in our original, in our question actually, taudziwa kuti the terms inside this particular geometrically progressing sequence, they are all positive. So can R be negative? And R cannot be negative. Why? Because it can. Alright. Let me put down a very simple geometric progression. Inotangira pana A yoti AR squared AR cubed. Saka toza what A times the common ratio R ichatipa AR times the common ratio R yotipa AR squared. AR times the common ratio R yotipa AR cubed and so forth. Handiti muri kuonera apo kuti R akava negative zvoreva kuti iyi inenge yava futiwo negative. So panapa hatisi kuti plus or minus, we are only going to take the value 3/4 because terms inside this GP, they are all positive. Saka statement rataudzwa ku question kunoku zvichinzi all terms are positive, harina kungotaurirwa nje. That statement ndo rinoita kuti patinofanirwa kuti plus or minus panapa tiringotora the value in a plus chete because this geometric progression is positive. Manzwisisa? This is our R 3/4. Saka taona kuti R are equal to 3/4, vachifanirwa kuti netsa. We are going to select any equation apo. Saka equation yedu 1, remember yanga ichiti AR is equal to 24, ndio yanga iri equation 1. Equation 2 yanga ichiti AR squared is equal to 27/2, equation 2. Todaziva kuti A ndiani because ndiyavunzwa. We take equation 1 because ndo iri simpler. Remember the Feynman method, always find the simplest way of solving things. So we take 1. Kurati panapa tichati AR is equals to 24. A times what? R and 3/4 is equal to 24. A anenge ari equal to 24 multiplying 4/3, which is 3 into 3 into 1. What about into 24? 8, 16, 24 and 8. 8 times 4, 8, 16, 24, 32. So our answer is A is equal to 32. So tatanga tatsvaga R, ndokuzo substitute R into either equation kuti tiwane A. You can try on your own. Equation 2 muka substitute R, which is 3/4 muchawana futi iri 32. So there is also another way which actually loops, and let me show you. We are mathematicians here. Saka mistake yamunogona kuita nde AR is equals to 24. AR squared is equal to 27/2. Then question 1, question 2. Panapa mukada kuita make R the subject of formula instead. R inenge iri equal to 24/A. Then R squared. Andiriga? Apa inge to R cubed up. It's R cubed. Then R cubed is equal to 27/2, like this. Saka apa toda kuti futi R kuti apply the laws of transitivity. So rewa kuti R inenge iri equal to chi cube root of 27/2, like that. Mapaona. So apa pamanje apa anti R cubed apa zorota yanga iri 2A apa. A uyu ndia uya uko, like this. Mukazo shandisa transitivity mukati 24/A is equal to, then cube root ya 2073, so it's 3 over the cube root of 2A. Rega ndigumire panapa. So vaya apa monoti A munomuwana eri. Munozondudza kuti mamuwana eri. Otherwise it will make it a ton more difficult. Saka sometimes chinogona kumeka sense mathematically speaking, but ichiri fundamentally wrong. Wrong in applicability. Kureva kuti munosvika mupoza panapa. Poza papfurika. So sometimes mukatry method ikagaka, hazvireve kuti principles emets amuna maapply zvakanaka. Zvinongoreva kuti in that particular case method yoyo haishande. So sometimes when you are working through mathematics, munogona kushandisa method yogaka. Instead of kupanika nekushare confidence and stuff, you can re-express that method. Alright, apo ndatanga ndaita make R subject of formula. How about ndakaita make A subject of formula? Zvinobuda here, and you would see kuti zvinobuda. So that is how it's done. Any questions, pop them up in our comments section. Now takuda kuita the second part, iri kuda kuti titsvage the sum to infinity of the progression. Pakutsvaga the sum to infinity of the progression, tinongotangira pakuziva kuti sum to infinity iri equal to a over 1 minus r. By the way, iyi yanga ine 2 marks, under 2 marks, at most under 3 marks, under 3 minutes rather. So under 2 minutes kuiweka, at most under 3 minutes kuiweka. Saka panapa sum to infinity iri equal to a over 1 minus r. This is equal to 8 tawana ari 32 and over 1 minus r tawana iri 3/4 like that. Saka tingatongosolva iyi tinenge tatowana zvatiri kuda, but let me confirm a na r wangu. Yes, a ndi 32, r ndi 3/4. So because tiri kumhanyidzana nenguva, I'm just going to put that in my calculator. 32, so nchangozinyora sezvairi. If you're using a scientific calculator, unogona kunyora sezvazviri. 32 over 1 minus 3 over 4. The answer we get panapa is 128. That is the sum to infinity. Yatopera. As simple and as easy as that. Okay, let us go to the last part of our question. The last part of our question, ndeyatoda kuita. So the last part of our question is discontinued from earlier parts. The last part of our question is discontinued from earlier parts. So let us read it. Tone kuti inoti chi. A circle is divided into n sectors in such a way that the angles of the sectors are in arithmetic progression. The smallest two angles are 3 degrees and 5 degrees. Find the value of n. So we want to find the value of n. How do we do that? So zvatinoita panapa tinotanga tanyora pasi zvatapiwa, so that we can see zvatinazo, and from zvatinazo can find zvatiri kufunzwa. That is the first step of understanding the problem, so that you can work through it. A circle is divided into n sectors in such a way that the angles of the sectors are in arithmetic progression. Saka trikudila ne arithmetic progression. The smallest two angles are 3 degrees and 5 degrees. Kureva kuti a is equal to the first term is equal to 3 degrees. But once the smallest two angles are, kureva kuti the second term ndiochi 5 degrees like that. From zvatapiwa izvo tinoziva kuti for an AP we need a common difference. The common difference D toziva iri equal to preceding term minus preceding term. The preceding term is 5 degrees. The preceding term is 3 degrees. And we get a common difference of 2 degrees like that. Saka tikapiwa any two consecutive terms inside a sequence, toudzwa the nature of the sequence, kuti is it AP or GP, we can actually find either the common difference or the common ratio from that. Sando zvataitapo. Saka information yatapiwa taishandisa kutsvaga something else, which is in our case a common difference. Saka taona kuti tapiwa our first term, tapiwa a second term, then tashandisa the first and second term kuti tiwane D, the common difference. Tikatarisa question yedu, the first part, a circle is divided into n sectors in such a way that the angles of the sectors. Saka if it's a circle and ma angles ese ari mcircle tikama eda anotipa 360 degrees, which is a complete revolution. I know hangu kuti in advanced level maths tinowanzoshanda nemaradians, but panapa we are forced by my units or degrees to work with degrees. So since tichiziva kuti a complete revolution, anditika a complete revolution equates to 360 degrees. Therefore, sum of all angles inside the circle is going to be equal to 360 degrees. Saka iyi ndo imwe information yanga yakavigwa. Sum of n ndiko kuti complete revolution since tapiwa a circle. Saka ukapiwa chinhu chine property yatinoziva kuti a whole kana kuti completeness ichi, zoreva kuti you can actually work it out. For example, denotanga takapiwa a line. Toudzwa kuti line iri handiti pakatapa riri kudi angle iri kugurwa in such a way yekuti it's an arithmetic progression. Toudzwa kuti angle iyi ndiani, toudzwa kuti angle iyi ndiani. From this teta kugona kuwana chi d. But even tadaro, because isu tinoziva kuti the complete angles on a straight line is 180 degrees, that tells us that the sum of n in this situation is going to be 180 degrees. Mapona. There are 200 people. They are grouped into small teams. And the teams become bigger, arithmetically progressing. Tovataudziwa kuti first team kane vanhu 2, the next kane vanhu 5. Takutoziva kuti 5 minus 2 is equals to 3, which is the common difference. Then manje tikazovunzwa kuti tuma group tingani tinogona kugadzirwa, takutongoziva kuti sum of n inenge iri equal to 200. So that's a trick which you should know. I hope you understand it. Saka taudzwa kuti the sum of n is equals to 360 degrees. Indirectly we know kuti sum of n inenge iri equal to n over 2a plus n minus 1 multiplying d, like this. And in our case manje kana takuiapply teta kudai so, sum of n and togonosanyora sum of n teta ngonyora kuti n over 2 bosiri kutsvaga n and tobva tati a tinoziva kuti ndi tatoudzwa kuti ndi 3. Saka panapa inenge iri chi n over 2 multiplying 2 times 3 plus n minus 1, common difference taicalculate tikaona kuti ndi 2, like this. Kureva kuti second term ino ish tangoipirwa kuti tigone kucalculate the common difference. Uzona? And this is equal to chi 360. N ndiye ega unknown. Saka tikasolve this equation tinge tatowana answer yedu. So let us solve the equation. N over 2 times 3 into 6 plus 2n minus 2 is equal to 360. N over 2 is 6. Actually, it's actually 4. 6 minus 24. So it's 4 plus 2n is equals to 360. I hope mnoziva kuti 2 into 2 ndi 1, 2 into 4 ndi 2, 2 into 2 ndi 1. Kuti 2 ino inokwanisa kupinda into each term kana chiseparate wana plus. Kana musingazvizivi, do the traditional way. Kora kuti pana penenge yachi n multiplying 2 plus n is equal to 360 degrees. And it. Alright, let us continue our working beside panapa. Saka tenge takuti 2 times n, that's 2n plus n squared is equal to 360. It's now quadratic. N squared plus 2n minus 360 is equal to 0. Multiply the first and last, 360 n squared. Saka panapa manje 360 n squared. Tukuda two numbers that no multiply dzichitipa 360 n squared as tikadzi add somehow dzinotipa 2. Saka manamba atinga deal nawo apa ndi api. Ngatitita ignore the last part here, which is part na 36. We know kuti 36 tunayowana from what? 13 times. Alright, let me check. You can help me up, or kana mamambopoza mukazama kuisolva you can help me. Saka what we want is tiri kuda two numbers andika actually this is minus 316 squared. Apapo ndo patachigona kukanganiswa. So we need two numbers. We multiply to get minus 360 andika, but we add them to get 2. What are these two numbers? Let us think together. The two numbers we can think of the 20 and minus 18. So the factors of minus 360n squared are going to be 20n minus 18n. Why is it so? Because 20 times 18, alright, it would have been easier. Then we tangat at 18 times 20 instead. 0, 16 carry 1, 2 times 1 the 2 plus 1 the 3. It's 360 and we knocked 20 and minus 18 and the 2. Saka those are the factors. So apana bateta kutishi n squared and plus 20n minus 18n is equal to 0. So it's n squared and plus 20n minus 18n panapa tachifunga kuti minus 360 is equal to 0 todai. So we factor out n to saratina n plus 20 panapa to factor out minus 18 cha saratina of n plus 20, which is equals to 0. Kureva kuti n minus 18 na n plus 20 is equals to 0. Therefore, and in this case, n is equal to either 18 or minus 20. That is what we are getting. But this is an arithmetic, alright. But tawana kuti n iri kuti pa two answers. Let us go back to the question. Tawana kuti answer iri most mathematically accurate ndeipi. N iri kurepresenta chi. A circle is divided into n sectors. Can we find a negative number of sectors? No. And it samogona wayapana pamoti, therefore n is equals to 18. And it mogona nyoraka reason no negative number of sectors. Saka 18 ndo inenge iri answer yedu chaiyo. N is equal to 18. You cannot have a circle what une a negative, because this is what a sector is. Sama sector chikura ndo surungotauro arithmetically. So we cannot have a negative number of sectors. Saka our answer is 18. This is what we wanted to learn. I hope madzidza. A reminder, ma questions aya, if you are familiar with the topic, maona ma lessons ataita on explaining the topic. My advice is, before taita question, try it on your own, because rote learning cannot rote memorization does not work in mathematics. The last thing, I want to invite all those who want to join our school, those who want extra lessons, tutoring, etc. You can WhatsApp us on this number. +263 is Zimbabwean code, Saka 71 521 3310. If you are in Zimbabwe, you can just say 071 521 3310. Thank you and take care.